from the light. Secrets buried in the coldest ground. We're digging deep where the truth is found. Daphne's case files, we're breaking the chain. Justice rising, no more pain. Evil's end, the final call. Behind the lies, we'll expose it all. Whispers echo in the darkened halls. Faint confessions on the paper walls. Every victim deserves their say. We're here to chase the night away. Daphne's case files, we're breaking the chain. Justice rising, no more pain. Evil's end, the final call. Behind the lies, we'll expose it all. Unseen crimes, they thought they'd won, but the fight for truth has just begun. Every clue, every trace, bringing evil face to face.
Hello and welcome to Daphne's Case Files. I hope everybody is doing good today, staying warm, having a wonderful day. It is December 9th, 2025. We will be going over the Jack and Lilly case. I appreciate all of you for being in here. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Len, Sherry, Bonnie, Joyous, hello, Darlene, Deanna, Jesse Gaskell, hello, Jesse. Hi, Darlene. Everybody else, hello. Good to see everybody. Robin, all my mods, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you. Yeah, some people, they just can't fast forward, I guess. So I like it too. I like my intro. So hopefully the sound is good. I know on my last live, the sound was being iffy. We have some solar flares or something going on, I guess. So yeah, Shan is doing good. I spoke to her a couple hours ago. I do want to say something though. One of my awesome mods, one of my friends, Jules, thank you so much. We love you too. Thank you. One of my mods, Jules, she was in an incident with her dog Gator, canine Jules that comes on here, ran into someone that was a little off, right? She's still in the hospital, Jules is, and she's going to most likely get another MRI done. She's still feeling like nauseous and dizzy and everything. She does have a concussion. So I just want to keep everybody updated with her. I've been posting on our Facebook group. So just some prayers for Jules, right? Just worried about her. Gator was wearing one of the vests, I guess. And that's what I've been talking to a family member. And he's okay. So, but Jules is still kind of banged up. She got a concussion and they will be doing another MRI on her. So I'm keeping in touch with her family. So yes. Hi, Jen. Yes. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the prayers. I appreciate you. Thank you. I will be going over the Jack and Lilly case today, guys. This is Jack and Lilly. And they have been missing since May 2nd of this year, guys. May 2nd. We have Christmas coming upon us, and they are still missing. Where is Jack and Lilly? Why are there so many games being played in this case? For instance, what is up with these strange items, guys, that have been found in the area? And these items where they have been found was, and I'm about to show you guys. So let me grab my Google Earth real quick. And I have everything mapped out for you. Actually, let me show you some of the, I want to show you some pictures real quick. Let me show you this. This actually, I want to show you a picture because it'll make sense after I show it to you. So this is a picture from Brad's wife, and this was the staging area, and I call it staging area 2, right? Yes, definitely far too long. They've been missing for. This is staging area 2, and the first staging area was up there on Matheson West Road, which was by the Landsdowne Station, or Landsdowne Lake, excuse me. I don't know why I want to call it Lansdowne Station Lake, but it's Lansdowne Lake it's called. And I think so. Perhaps someone is attempting to point fingers at someone else who is not involved. I absolutely think so as well. Thank you guys for all the prayers. I appreciate it. I really do. The games are so incredibly disrespectful to these children. Shame on these bottom feeding kids. I agree. It's very disrespectful. So this area here where this was shot is on Lansdowne Station Road, right? And it's close to where those oil, remember where Brad's burn pit is, right? Where he said that there was a shirt or whatever, because he burned stuff that they throw out. And I understand that because they only are allowed so much trash and stuff like that. So he threw out items, and then there was some bones from a family goat, and the goat must have passed away in the wintertime. And we all know in winter you can't dig, right? You can't dig in the ground because it's snow. The ground is hard. And I know here in New York State, like our freeze level is like 4 foot, like 3 to 4 foot, right? The frost level, like down. It's very hard to dig if you lose a pet or something in the winter. So you just got to make do. Now, what I think is very odd is, how did Brad's stuff? Who has the kahunas? I'm just going to say it like that. To go in Brad's yard, right? And grab items out of his yard, and it somehow ends up in the bus driver's land. Does that make sense to you? With an added mat, with an added bathroom mat that looks like it has some staining on it, guys. I'm just going to be honest with you. Now I'm going to pull up the pictures real quick. I know most of you have seen these pictures, right? Oops, I have a bunch of stuff to go through, guys. I know a lot of you have seen these photos. Let me get to the actual photo I'm talking about first. Okay. So let me add this here. Yes, small kahunas. It's crazy though, because it makes me wonder, like, who the frick does this shit? So this right here, I have more photos of them too. So this is the blue blanket, and Belinda said that the blue blanket was in pretty good condition, correct? Like it hadn't been out in the elements for that long. And I always go back to, when I see this blue blanket, I think of the time when Belinda started coming out speaking on Sunny's, on It's a Crime and Shame, Sunny's channel. And she said, Daniel told me that there was a blanket that they had found, right? That was Friday. Remember when they found the pink blanket? The pink blanket was found around 3:48 p.m. on Friday, right? It was found same day that Jack and Lilly disappeared. And Daniel had told her about the blanket, where he says she believed that he said the blanket was blue. Well, now there's a damn blue blanket that just popped up out of the freaking blue, right? I wonder if he remembers where he put them out. That would narrow down the timeline. Yeah. If someone is trying really hard to take pressure off themselves and shove it elsewhere. Yeah, that's what, yeah. You remember that, Joyce? Yeah, you guys remember that? That always stuck with me. And I'm like, what the hell? Why did he say blue blanket? And I think I actually have the clip of that somewhere as well on the YouTube channel. I'd have to search for it. So this is a blue blanket. And then you have a shirt wrapped up, which we soon found out that it belonged to Brad's daughter, right? Here's a better picture. So it looks like a young girl's shirt, right? It doesn't look like it's in bad condition or anything, but I'm not going to question why they threw it out, right? Same here, Robin. Who does the fucking back? Sorry for my language, but it looks like to me someone took some type of evidence, right? The bath mat. Everything always goes back to that stinking bathroom, right? So the bathroom where we heard Daniel was in there doing rugs that day. And that's when the fight broke out Thursday, right? Or excuse me, Saturday. The fight broke out Saturday between the family because that's when they found Daniel doing rugs in the bathroom. Well, I think something else happened in that bathroom prior, maybe Thursday night or something. Hi, Wolfie. I can't see you still, but hello. So let's take a little bit closer look. This is the mat, right? This is an old bathroom mat. You can totally tell. It looks like a bathroom, like one of the bathroom mats that goes in front of the bathtub, right? So your feet don't get, like the wet feet don't get. But look at the staining on there. Look at the staining on the corner. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. If it isn't even planted evidence because it's evidence, could the kids been going through people's stuff and tossing around the woods? I don't know. First off, how would it get from Lansdowne Station Road all the way to Montreal Road in the corner of Lansdowne Road? That's pretty far. I'm going to show you guys this. It should have been tested. It should be tested. I believe they are looking at it. I can't say 100%, but that corner of the bath mat right through here, could it be oil? Could it be just dirt? Could it be, I don't know. What does it look like to you guys? It looks pretty dirty though, right? Now, this bath mat has nothing to do with this. Brad came out and confirmed this bath mat here has nothing to do with this blanket and this shirt, correct? Has nothing to do with these two items. So if this bath mat, now I'm just speculating, if this bath mat, say, perhaps belonged to Daniel and Lilly or whatever, I'm just speculating. I'm not saying it did. And we know that Daniel and all of them, they don't like Brad, and vice versa. They don't like one another, right? Who would have had the kahunas to go on Brad's property where the fire pit is and know about this stuff unless they were just digging around trying to find stuff to frame him or something? I don't know what would be their end game with this. And then cross-contaminate this bath mat with these other two items. From oil from dirty boots. Yeah, definitely could be. Absolutely. Hi, YouTuber. Good to see you. So it looks dirty to you? It's definitely pretty dirty on the one side of it. Now we can't see all of it, right? But right through here, it's really dirty. It's like a grayish blue, right? But in this area here, especially here, it's really saturated. Really dark color. Maybe it's wet through here. I don't know. Now, some people thought, well, maybe there was from the rain, but it just doesn't make sense, right? It just doesn't make sense. I'm pretty positive something happened in that bathroom other than a fight. I don't know what, but hi, Lily. Good to see you. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. So, what would be the purpose of putting all three of these items together? And you could tell the blanket hasn't been out in the elements that long. Like the two items, the shirt and the blanket, don't look like they've been out in the elements that long. But the bath mat looks completely disgusting, right? You know, it really makes me wonder who would do this and then roll it up like a baby. Like it was rolled up like a baby, excuse me. Let me go back. Here's another picture of it. But who would roll it up like a stinking like a baby? Like it looks like a baby was laying there. That's really sinister. And how the hell did it get all the way down the road? Like it had to cross, think about it. This stuff had to have crossed the 289. It had to go over like a little tiny, like it had to go all the way down, guys. It just doesn't make sense at all. It doesn't make sense. Can someone please explain that? Now, what if maybe the searchers, they were parked in that area by the oil drums? If you guys remember the oil drums, right? Those were two heat sources. It was on dispatch. Those two drums were on dispatch. And let me go up here. I'm pulling up my Google Earth so I can show you guys. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Okay. So the two heat sources were the oil drums. They even said, and I'm going to show you those in just a minute. So these are the items here. I'll go through the rest of the items. So this was also a shirt that was found. It's like baseball, something. It looks like a kid's shirt, right? Like a teen shirt. And then this, you can't really make it out. Just looks like, I don't know, like an old scarf or, I don't know, laying there, right? Not too sure what that is. I hope they did test that stuff. But think about it. If somebody, why would someone cross contaminate all that stuff? It's just weird. Hey, Shan, good to see you. I hope you're doing okay. So I'm going to go over to Google Maps. Give me 1 second. Remove this real fast. And I'm going to pull up my thing here, my Daphne maps. All right, let's add this to stage and get to the correct. All right, I have some, just ignore some of these because I have to go back and change it. So we had, all right. So this is bus driver, and this is where, over in here is where that the shirt, the mat and the blanket was found, right? And I just find it really odd how, look how far it had to travel. Look how far. All the way down, guys. All the way down. Past the 289, past everything, right? Look, all the way down was the RCMP that day. They were parked over in here. You guys remember that? So how did those items from the burn pit, oops, went a little bit too far, get that far? I was talking about right here. Yeah, there's something more sinister going on. Daniel had better hope his DNA isn't on the bath mat. They definitely need to check that bath mat. But this is another little bridge. Remember remember me talking about the Middle River, how it goes through here and how low this area is. This is when people were talking about how can Brad see the cars? Well, that's how, because it's low right there. So let me go. All right, this here. So this is Brad's area where he burns stuff. You remember the oil barrels that showed up on dispatch? That's what those were. The oil barrels. Oil barrels. Guys, how the hell did this stuff travel so far? It makes no sense how it traveled so far. This had to have been picked up by somebody. Like I said in my last video, yes, Drippy, I think when children go missing from the home, it should definitely start off as criminal. The parents should have to wear ankle monitors that monitor their every step. Hi, Michelle. Good to see you. Because this is the type of stuff that happens. This is nonsense. So who in their right mind came up on Brad's property here, grabbed the stuff, and decided to carry it all the way down there? Do you think that the searchers that were parked there might have grabbed it? Maybe, perhaps. And it was stuff they thought maybe was relevant to the case, and they just so happened to drop it along the way. I don't think that they would do something like that, right? I don't think that they would mishandle evidence. Maybe Brad found the bath mat in Daniel's garbage and wrapped it with his stuff. Just a thought. I don't know, guys. It's just really odd. I just find it very odd. No, I said, I was speculating. Well, no, I know for a fact. Brad said that the shirt and the blanket was from his stuff, right? But the bath mat that I just shown, the dirty bath mat, is not. So that's why I'm saying, how did those items get tangled together and wrapped up like a baby? It just makes no sense. And why plant it down by where the bus driver lives? And then you have Alvin, right? Alvin McKenzie, one of Janie's brothers, lives over there. All right, Joyce. I find that very, very coincidental. Right? I find it very coincidental that all this stuff is just showing up for no, like, it's just really weird. Now, I want to show you guys some more stuff. Give me 1 second. Let me pull it up real quick. Now, Wolfie sent me some stuff earlier, right? Hi, Mariska. Yes. So the items that were Brad's was the shirt and the blanket thing, and that was from this burn area here. This burn area here. I could see stuff blowing, right? Blowing, but there's no way it would blow all the way down there, guys. Oh, did she sign papers today? Where is it at? Is it on? The way it was wrapped up to look like a baby makes it thinks it was planted for Belinda. Yeah, and Marlene, I thought of that too. I absolutely thought about that too. And that's just disgusting, because I thought about that because how the blue blanket was mentioned earlier on. If you have that, Sue, will you send me the link, hon? Here, let me put my email in the description. What papers did she sign? Let me put my email down here. Oh my God, I need a real dust. This thing is like shaking. I'm gonna close my door to my office too real quick, if you don't mind. Okay, there's my email. If you Check out Mr. Bus Driver. Yeah, there's some alleged stuff about his brother too. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna close my office door real quick. Okay. If I don't close the office door, then the dog and cat will keep coming in here like squawking at me. Nothing legitimate will be found, in my opinion. It's been too long. Things could have been moved, planted in place to messed with. Yeah, I don't know. Who is Daphne talking about papers? I don't know. Supposedly, Michelle Glasgow signed papers today, but I don't know what about. If there's a link, will you email them to me? All right. I want to take you over to, give me 1 second. Let me take you over to this. This is where Darren Getty talks about items being planted, right? There's been a lot of talks about planted items, right? The footprints, the blankets, and now this stuff. Like, what is going on? What is going on? Maybe it's in the other chat. I'm not sure. Hi, Blue Jay. Good to see you. Good to see all of you. Thank you. Hi, Robin. Okay, so this was back in the beginning when Durwood came in and he started talking about planted items, right? I'm just going to read this to you. It says, Daniel's behalf, and I made him look guilty, right? It made him look stupid, like you just said. A lot of people didn't understand. He wasn't explaining it very clearly, right? Talking about Daniel talking about early in the beginning because he was the way he was talking and stuff. As to why he was talking about the 2 sweaters a few times in the water. Do you remember the 2 sweaters Daniel had mentioned? Do you guys remember that? I do. I actually have those texts. I don't know, Sasha. I have no idea about that, hon. In the water bottle, remember that one? Once you talk to him and listen and get it, you listen to him, and once Daniel relaxes with you, the more and more you're with him. Like, what does that even mean? The more he relaxes and he chills out, and it's easier to understand, and then he feels, Daniel's not overly confident either. As far as I'd like an aggressive man, Daniel's not aggressive. Once you become, I guess, his friend, he calms down, he gets comfortable with you. I'm like that myself. Some strangers and I'm not comfortable with, and I think, and then it goes on, Durwood's repeating that. He goes on to talk about 2 miles down from the home. So again, right now, Darren was on a live. He spoke about this blanket. I honestly remember a piece of it, so I'm listening to it again for the first time. And I just happened to find a couple minutes before the live, which was on. And then anyways, it goes on to talk about the blanket and all the stuff Daniel was saying that was planted or whatever. And then his shirts, that, remember when he was saying his shirts were taken out of the house, and then Janie had said some things were missing from the house and all that. Do you guys remember that? And it goes on to say that we're sort of planning this evidence. We're going on about that stuff, right? And I just find it weird that they started talking about planning evidence and stuff like that. And then now look at all this weird stuff that's being found. Very strange, right? All right, let's see. Let's look at these texts real quick. Give me 1 second. Let me pull it up. There we go. So this is an old text from Daniel. Guys, there's just so much nonsense. This is Daniel says, her family took 2 of my sweaters when they left. Watched them be planted when investigators close in. Do you guys remember that? Why all this talk about planted evidence? And then now all this strange stuff keeps coming out. I find it very, very strange. Right? Diversion? You think so? Oops, let me see. Let me show you something. I found something the other day within my text, and it was someone that came out and says, this was early on, right? It says, this is alleged now because this is alleged. But this person had come out and said, but Daniel has been, I'm just going to say alleged, the mom, and holding her hostage. The R word and rugging word to her, and she wanted out. Daniel planted the clothes and footprint. That's crazy. That's crazy. So this was a message like back in the early beginning. I've had this for a long time. Daniel planted the clothes and the footprint. And it goes on to say, and I'm not saying this, I'm just reading what this message said. And it says, alleged he hit the kids too, sometimes went to the school with bruises, and CPS was involved. Why all this talk about planting evidence? Well, and you see, I don't know if I have the person's name on there. I don't want to show their name. It might just be someone that reposted it. But you see this right here, right? This right here, this area. That's crazy. That's crazy, right? Absolutely crazy. Yeah. All right. Give me 1 second. Let me remove this. This screenshot was from a month or 2 after Jack and Lilly went missing. I've had it for that long. Give me 1 second. All right. And then, where is it at? Give me 1 second. This was posted a while back too. This person says, I agree, in my opinion, he planted it. That's always a bit of truth within the lies. Daniel got upset and he says, lies contain no truth. That's why they were referred to as lies. That's crazy. Yeah, the fact that CPS was already involved is a red flag in itself. Absolutely. Robin, thank you so much for becoming a member. I appreciate you. You're so awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, what happened to my thingy? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. You're amazing. I love your picture. You're so pretty. It's a beautiful picture. So this came out too in the early beginning, and he was, I guess, arguing with this woman online, right? And talking about the planted items. Guys, it's crazy. Christina, thank you for being a member for 2 months. She says, keep on keeping on. Find Lilly and Jack. Absolutely. And that's what our goal is to find Jack and Lilly. There are so many games being played is absolutely ridiculous. in this case. It's 2 missing children. Why are all these adults playing games? Sherry Lynn, thank you for being a member for 1 month. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Daphne, have you seen the text from the newest ex-girlfriend? I have not, but I thought there was a mention of R. Yes. There was. I have seen them, and I haven't shown them on my channel because it's just, wow. Yeah. That's why I showed that as well. And what I'm going to go into next are pictures of Malaya too. And I want you guys now, Wolfie sent me these last night as well. They're just close-up shots of Malaya on day 1. And I want you guys to look at these with me and tell me what you see. Now they're kind of blurry. Let's see if I can. She looks like she has a mosquito bite or something on her neck on one of them. Hold on 1 second. Let me pull this up real quick. So this is, yeah, that was Taylor. All this talk of the R word and rug word and planting items. I'm sorry. There's no coincidences, guys. There's no coincidences. So this, let me see if I can pull it out more. So it's kind of blurry. So this is a picture of Malaya. Let me see if I can get it better. There we go. Her ear right here is like all bloody and bruised and stuff. You guys see that? And let me see if I can make it. It's so hard to get it clear. And when I was looking at it last night, I was like, well, maybe she ripped it or something, like on her pillowcase or something like that. Or maybe it got ripped from fighting, or maybe something else, right? But you can definitely tell the top of her ear right here is like bruised and bloody. And I thought, well, maybe it's a new piercing or something like that. But what do you guys think? Like, it's really, unfortunately, there's not another, and a big hump on, yeah, big hot hump on her. Yeah. That's how your ear got ripped. Yeah. I ripped my ear too, but not right there. But where the top of it is, and the top lobe right through here, like I can understand there, but like on the tip top is kind of weird, right? Maybe it's a new piercing, you think? Let me see. Yeah, so this, yeah. Now this is her lips. Yeah, it could be from the piercing, you think? I ripped my ear when I was a kid. Like I had little unicorn earrings when I was little, and it got like caught on the pillow, and my ear is still ripped. Like, I don't know if you can see it, but real bad, like right here. When I woke up, like the ear was all bloody and stuff. I think her shirt was grabbed in front and got stretched too. That is a bruise on her neck, and the ear looks like it might have gotten snagged. Yeah. Yeah, her lips. Maybe, I thought maybe at first chapped lips, but they kind of look like, yeah, maybe Meadow grabbing her shirt. Dry chapped lips, and she was picking, yeah. Now her face too, kind of like here. Like her skin didn't look too good, right? Right there. I wish I can get clearer pictures. Right there. Hey, Salty, good to see you. Is it possible Meadow pulled her ear? Yeah, it could be, absolutely. Because little kids, they'll just grab your earring. Yes, babies like to grab earrings and stuff. That could be possible, absolutely. The lips to me look chapped like Lily's did, but in May, now yes, it was cold, but in May, your lips shouldn't be that chapped still, right? My lips are only chapped like starting in winter time and stuff like that. So that's why I asked. Her cheek looks a little bit swollen. Here, let me. Like right through here, maybe. I see this area here. It's a definite bruise right here. There's a definite bruise right there where the white and red arrow is. So I find that, and that could be like this. So if someone grabs you like that, right? Right there. So anything's possible. The lips definitely look chapped, been biting or something. Oh, bye, Lily. Have a good night, honey. Oh, replay that. Oh, back to work. Don't work too hard, Lily. Have a good night, hon. She looks like a defeated human. Yeah, she does. She does. Defeated. Could be a hickey. Yes, drippy. Absolutely. Could be a hickey. Absolutely. I don't know what this was. Wolfie sent me these, so let's go back through them. So we got the ear. That could definitely be from maybe Meadow pulling on it. And then here, it looks like a mosquito bite or something. There, her face definitely looks like picking or something. But I do know, I smell something burning. Hopefully it's not me or my laptop not burning. Make sure it's not too hot. So I know the side of her face, like her skin doesn't look good, right? Hey, American Justice, that is a red and brown blood lights. Are you talking about on the wood? I smell some burning plastic. I don't know what it's coming from. That's not good. Hopefully my laptop is not going to be blowing up anytime soon. Much better on this screen for sure. This is better. Oh, on the wood? Okay. All right, let's go back and look at the wood. 1 second. It's so hard to tell. Right here and there, right? I need to get better. Go check what's burning. Yeah, no, I don't know what's burning. I think it might be my laptop is hot and it's sitting on like a plastic container. Maybe that's what it is. No, that's not it. Okay, hold on. Let me go back. Which one are you talking about, American Justice? Oh yeah, the vertical one. Don't say that about a blown up computer. Just the lower one, the bigger spot on the top, smaller spot is a knot wood. Oh, okay. I couldn't make anything out with that one. That looks like a mosquito bite or something on her neck, or maybe aggravation from something. And then that's a bruise. You can tell that's a bruise, right? Right there, but it's not, it's like an old bruise. That's an old bruise. You studied them for hours. We need like cleaner pictures. Like if there was like some in like an article or something would be. Wood would cool it. Now you don't have a rail on there and he's taking it all down. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. That because it's old. Yeah. There's a white spot in the middle of whatever on her neck. Yeah. I tried. The only way is to go the screenshot and look them up yourself. Oh, she was crying recently. Her eye makeup is smeared. Yeah, true. Well, she could have, yeah, eye makeup. All right, let me pull these down. You bruise easily? Yeah. I don't know. Wolfie sent those to me, so I just thought I'd share them with you guys. Now, let's go to the maps here. And let's try to figure out what the heck is going on with these items and how they just floated around. All right, let me go out of here. Okay. So now that we're all on the same page, all right, get out of there. We're all on the same page. Now, you know that, I don't know why it saved that. That's appeared from over 7 months ago, right? This is where Daniel parked Malaya's car. He said after the first time that he went searching for Jack and Lilly. Odd to me that you have a blood-like substance on the wood, and days later that part of the porch is gone. No, I agree with you. I agree with you. That part of the porch is gone. I wonder if it's been burnt. Think inside the porch of the front door looked bloody too. Damn, guys, you guys have good eyes. Like my eyes are, jeez. I mean, I have pictures of those. I'll have to, yeah, I need new glasses too. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. I'll have to look at that stuff from the older photos, but they were widening the steps, so took that part down. Yeah. The door frame was also busted. Talking about the front door where they said they had to put the wrench. Hold on, it's going by so fast. I don't give Daniel a pass when it comes to suspicion of abuse. Just my opinion from what, yeah. There, like I said, there's too many people. No, the slider? Yeah, it is suspicious. Oh yeah, I have chapped lips all the time from this cold weather. The wind is so bad. But we have to think it's in May. Yes, it was cold, but it's in May is when I allegedly believe there was abuse going on. I don't know what kind of abuse, but I'm pretty sure I can guess what kind of abuse was going on. From hearing it from other people. Weird how he was fixing a fence. Okay. I want to retrace Thursday night with you guys. Let's retrace Thursday night. Yes, that's what we're going to do, Salty. No, yeah, I don't either. I want to retrace Thursday night. Okay. Let's go. Come on. This is so blurry. Let's just go on the ground and look. Come on. Oh, Lord. Come on. All right. No, this is old. Oh, no, it's not. You can't even see her camper anymore. All right. We go back to Thursday night, and I'm just going to run through the sequence of events with you guys, right? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run through the sequence of events so you guys can get a feel of kind of what happened. And then I'll add in my speculations and whatnot as we go on. So Thursday night, or Thursday, 3:11 p.m., they pull into the driveway, right? And from what we know, Jack, Lilly, Meadow, all three children were there. Daniel and Malaya. Now, they should have had some bags with them, right? Some food that they had got from their poutine they got, right? They should have had some diaper rash form stuff and Tylenol with them, right? And whatever else that they purchased that day. Now, Janie was allegedly in her camper, her RV that you can't see here because the trees have overgrown, right? But it's there. And Daniel, Malaya, all three children allegedly get out of the vehicle and go inside. Shortly after that, at 3:37 p.m., right? We're at home, 3:11, 3:37. Malaya makes a video call with her mother, Cindy. Daniel was supposedly going to help his mother with the fence, if you remember that correctly. And he told his mom that he had to go get his tools. Now, in my mind, Malaya is on the phone with her mother at this time. And in the documents, it's stated that Cindy would have seen Jack and Lilly, correct? She would have seen Jack and Lilly and most likely Meadow from the phone call, the video call, excuse me. When Daniel maybe had went inside to get his tools, because you don't think Daniel's going to leave his tools out in the rain and shit, right? Excuse my language. He most likely leaves them inside the trailer. So at this time, Janie said she was raking, right? She said she was raking. Daniel goes inside to get his tools so he could come back and help mom with the fence. Could Malaya still be on the video call with her mother, right? Think about it. And could she have allegedly been making plans with her mother to leave Daniel? Could that have happened? And Daniel overheard this and was like, oh, hell no. Hell no. And all hell broke out. Allegedly. So going on with the events that day, Janie said later on when she was doing something, she said that she did see Jack and Lilly. And she said Jack and Lilly were outside playing in the dirt at this time. If you remember, Malaya then said Jack and Lilly must have been outside at some point, because that had to have been after the call, because right after they got home, Malaya got on the call not too long after that with mom. And Cindy should have seen the kids. So right after that, the kids must have went outside, and maybe this is what we heard, playing in the dirt. Janie said she opened the door and saw the two children playing in the dirt. But we know that Lilly does not like bugs. So why would Lilly be playing in the dirt with Jack? That didn't make sense to me. Yes. Hi, Debbie. Hi, guys. Welcome in. We're going over the events that happened on Thursday. Oh, goodness gracious. After that, this is when I think that all hell broke loose, right? Like it had to have. He went in to get his tools. He overheard the call, and that entire situation with the kids playing in the dirt was made up, in my opinion. But maybe not. What was the first thing that comes to your mind when you first heard about Jack and Lilly's case? What was the first thing that came to mind that stuck out when you heard about Jack and Lilly disappearing? I want you guys to write it in the chat. The first thing, like Daniel said, what upset him because someone did something? What upset him? I want you guys to write it in the chat. Yeah, I wonder that too, Rena. The first thing that comes to mind when Jack and Lilly disappeared, yes, he was jealous, but one of the things that stood out was Daniel said, "Thank you, American justice, ding, ding, ding." Malaya was leaving. We were all like, what the heck? What the heck? Daniel couldn't believe that Malaya left, which I couldn't either, because I'm like, her kids just went missing. How the hell why are you leaving? And he was so surprised that she was leaving, yet Malaya has tried to leave Daniel before, right? So why is he so surprised that she would leave and took Meadow? Well, Meadow had to leave the house. And then one other thing that stuck out in my mind was Daniel said, well, Malaya told the RCMP that she felt the safest when she was here with me. So that always stood out in my mind. So what if this is just speculation? I'm just speculating on what could have happened that night to cause the children to disappear. What if Daniel did overhear the call of her leaving and he took the kids and hid them and thought, well, shit, Malaya will never leave me if the kids are gone. Think about it. Okay, thank you, Jen. All right, give me just a second, guys. Let me check my mail. I got to turn on my AirPods real quick so I can hear it. Well, to keep Malaya there, what would you do? To keep Malaya there, what would you do? This is all alleged. I'm not just speculating on what could have happened. Oh, shoot. I'm sending a video. Oh, thank you, Wolfie. Thank you. I appreciate you checking into that for me. Okay. Okay, so Michelle Glasgow basically signed a treaty basically so they can grow their own smoke. Yes, total control and manipulation. And those things always stood out. Malaya leaving, like he was like, holy shit, I can't believe she's leaving. Like everybody was like that, right? So could the children have been hidden or something done to them so it would have kept Malaya there? Or told her mom to come get the kids? I mean, that is possible, but there's no evidence of it. There's just no evidence of it. Just like Sebastian Rogers, there's no evidence of him leaving. I mean, there's a lot more camera footage and stuff in that case, but who was the last person to see Jack and Lilly? I want you guys to write the name in the chat. Yeah, the app. Oh, they could still get information off that app, even if she deleted it. Yeah, that's weird too. Daniel. Absolutely. Janie heard them, which I always thought maybe Janie did see them. But from what we do know for a fact that Daniel actually saw the children because he turned the lights on them at midnight. What happened after midnight now is when the neighbors come into play and said that they heard Daniel's car coming and going, right? Yeah, Andrea, I'm with you there. I'm absolutely with you there. Absolutely with you there. But there's certain things that stand out to me when listening to their words. Malaya leaving is a big thing. That was really made known. And to all of us, we're like, how could she leave her children, right? Also, turning lights on at midnight is weird to me too. Now, in some of the things I have shown you in the past, from the statistics, it shows like if sometimes mothers unalive their children because they feel that is the best thing for them. Could Malaya have given them some kind of medication that evening? She said that they were hyper and excited, right? But she was able to get them tucked in around 10. And maybe that's why Daniel checked on them to see if they were okay. What if they weren't okay when he checked on them? Yeah, that was the last time solid evidence was seen, was at Dollarama. I think he was looking for something, the res building relationships anyways. Okay. Hold on, guys. The chat's moving so fast. Signed ban resolution saying, yeah, Nova Scotia Justice Minister. They should have been able to do that anyways, you'd think, right? Mm-hmm. Daniel saw Jack and Lilly allegedly Friday a.m. And that's another thing, too. I remember the RCMP detective asked Daniel, "Hey, Daniel, would you have kept Jack and Lilly home from school today?" He said, "Yeah, they didn't seem sick to me, right?" And that was basically telling the detective, "Hey, I had more interaction with them today because they didn't seem sick." What does that tell you? So he basically answered a question without knowing. You know what I mean? In my opinion, that he did see them. Janie was absolutely certain that the children came out the sliding door. She even corrected Lindsay. She even corrected her, saying, "This is the door they came out of." It's symbolic of their unhappiness. They should be allowed to grow herb there if they want to, in my opinion. Turning the bedroom light on when children are sleeping is weird. Makes no sense. Absolutely, darling. Someone argued with me on that one time. And I'm like, come on. I can understand turning a night light or like a hallway light on, checking on your children to make sure you're okay. Like all parents check on their children, right? Right? If he didn't know that they weren't going, like what if they were going to school the next day? He turned the light on them on midnight and they woke up. If they're that excited and hyper, it would take them a long time to go to bed. And if they always woke up Meadow, why would you turn the light on them at midnight when Meadow was already asleep? It just doesn't make sense. Unless maybe they got into something they shouldn't have, or they were given something they shouldn't have been taking. Just speculating here. Yeah, most parents do have a nightlight or something, right? So you can just open the door and check on your children. Yes, turn on the hall light and creep in the bedroom. Absolutely. Everyone can grow herb. Everyone can grow herb. Only province of Nova Scotia is allowed to sell it, with the exception until its decision, which pissed off a lot of reserves. Yeah, they regulate that stuff so much here too. No, correct, Cindy. Cell phone light isn't harsh. Like cell phone would be fine, right? But he said turned on the light, which makes me think like light. You know what I mean? Like that's above me, like a ceiling light or even a like a lamp light. Like you just you know what I mean? But now we remember because someone had asked, "Oh, did you see Jack and Lily's clothing that day?" And that's always been an issue too of what Jack and Lily were wearing that day, right? We've heard so many different stories on what they were wearing. And he said, "No, I didn't see what they were wearing because they were under the covers." And I was thinking, I was like, well, how could you, anyways, if the room is freaking divided? He turned it on to grab Lily's backpack, in my opinion. That definitely could be something that happened. I think all that stuff they talk about is hidden. I think it's planted out there, in my opinion, like the backpack, the boots, or some things could have maybe been burned. Is that why the dog handler said, why is there's something in your wood stove? Unless he was just making stuff up. Yeah, boots, backpack, and remember the pull up as well. I just think that's all just very odd, guys. And now the doll. Absolutely, Rena. That is so weird. Yeah, Lynn, there's 2 streams of the same video. There's 274 watching. Guys, put a thumbs up if you are watching. StreamYard always does 2 videos. It's weird. Guys, hit that subscribe button for me. So I just find all these events just very strange. So what happened on Thursday, guys? What actually happened on Thursday? If she was complicit to the abuse, she would also be criminally responsible. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Jack apparently had his dinosaur with him too. It said in the documents. It did? I thought it just said dinosaur boots. Then the next day, Daniel went, I'll have to read that again, Salty. Then the next day, Daniel went into full details what the kids were wearing. Yeah. And then Daniel came out and he literally stated that he literally said that the kids aren't wearing what you think they're wearing. Like, what kind of freaking game is this? It sounds like he's based their personalities off Peppa the Pig. Peppa the Pig. My daughter used to watch that. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Oh. Sorry, it was an update on Jules. So they had to give her something to get in her MRI. Just an update, but she's okay. They're just getting her an MRI, guys. They said the sliding door was closed and found it odd because the kids don't usually close the door. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's very odd too, because they don't usually close the door. Now, don't you think by looking at this ground, you remember it was wet and cold, right? That day on Friday. Thursday, what was the weather like there on Thursday? Do you guys remember that are locals? Yeah, see, we used to have like and I thought it was weird that Malaya said, Jamie usually texts us or calls me to let me know if the kids are outside. It is in the document. Oh, well, let me pull up the document then. I thought it just said, hey, what page is it on? Do you guys know? Here, I can look for it. Give me a second. Let me pull it up real quick. Real quick then. I thought it just said dinosaur boots. Give me a sec. Do I have the document with me? Please tell me you have the document with me. Shit. I have like every freaking document in this one. Hold on. Come on. Give me a sec, guys. I'm pulling up this document. I know I have it. Ouch. All right, let me see. Hi, Mary. Good to see everybody. It's in the one I did, and it's under weather. It's in the one you did. It's not in the other document. Hold on. Oh my god. I've only got so much with me. Give me a sec. Dinosaur. I've got to pull it up with Google Docs to be able to do it like this. All right, let me get back out of here too. Yeah, this is where Daniel said he allegedly parked. Come on, Google Docs, load. Google Earth real quick because it's slowing down my computer. I'm making it smoke over here. My computer's smoking. All right, and open up the docs. Come on, stupid thing. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up. All right, here we go. Control 4. What the hell is that? Dinosaur. Jack. All right, people. Oh, it's not wanting to pull up for me. It's not wanting to pull up for me. 5 degrees with, wow, 85. So that was cold and wet, right? That weather is cold and wet. Ugh, stupid document's not working. This is so frustrating when you can't find what you need on here. All right, well, I guess we're not doing that one. Jack, open with Google Docs. Limit what? All right, my docs aren't okay, Salty. I don't know. We're just gonna have to go over that document later because my computer's not acting right, guys. It's not being normal. I don't know why. Here, let me see. 1 second. Give me 1 second. Yeah, it's not working, guys. See you later, Salty. All right, I'm gonna just go over these maps because I got another stream too, and then we'll go over. I'm gonna look through the documents when I'm done. No way the kids got. Yeah, exactly. How they would be like freezing cold. Yeah, I hear you, Drippy. It is so friggin' cold. I hate it. I'm so over winter already and just started. It seems like it's like February already. Malaya said, I hope that, yes, it was cool but sunny. Saturday, remember, Malaya said, I hope they feel warm. Yeah, I thought that was weird too. If Daniel said that he turned the lights on to check on the kids and he didn't actually see them, were they gone before that? Maybe. There's too many coincidences in this case. Yeah, the reporters struggle with it. Absolutely. All right, are you gonna work for me? No, don't go down there. Let's see here. Let's go back to the house real quick. I should have left the thing up here. Oh my God. Get out of there, Google Earth. All right, let's go back to Google Earth. Okay. Well, I kind of want to show you guys more on where this stuff was found too. Okay. Good gosh. My daughter saw this the other day. She's like, oh my gosh, Mom, you've got so much going on there. All right. So I find it odd too. So if you guys see that area where it says Alva McKenzie, don't you think that's weird that this is another weird thing to me. So 1027, the RCMP show up, right? They tell everybody, they told Daniel, especially, they said, don't go back out into the woods. Remember, they said, don't go back out in the woods. So we were kind of under the assumption that nobody was allowed to go into the woods until about 1:30 because we heard that Ron, which is Janie's brother, ended up going to town. And then it said when he came back, he was able to search. So that would have been around like 1:30. Remember that, guys? It's so cold. My shadow froze to the ground. I am with you, Cindy. Hi, Bones. I'm good. Hello. Morning for you. Evening for us. Well, for me, anyways. Jack's jacket was hung up high. Yes, Jack's jacket was found. He found that, I guess. So this guy here, Alvin, right, lives next to Mr. Bus Driver. And then you have the blanket, right? I just find that too coincidental. And then, hi, Mama Sue. Hi. It was only about 10 meters of rain overnight in Landsdowne. 10 millimeters. They're all around. Daphne, Ron took his mother to town. Yeah, absolutely. And then came back and he was able to search. So from my understanding that nobody was allowed to search. But at 10:45, we heard from the other night on the DT show that Al McKenzie was with a lady named Jenna Jowdry out there. Did he know the children were missing at this time? And if so, why was he there in the woods or close to when this was going on? There's just so many curious things, right? I don't think it's a coincidence that this blue blanket was found over here by the bus drivers and the McKinsey land, right? Ignore those. Those are just mistakes. Those are. But I don't think that there's coincidences. I mean, you got Earl, you got Janie, Ron's, right? Then the blanket, how it moved all over. First, I heard the blanket was here, then it was up here, now it's here. And then you have the boot prints here. Do you honestly think if the kids walked, I want to have this conversation with you guys. If the children walked, Jack and Lilly walked, right? Say they were able to get through all this brush with down trees and they walk down here, don't you think that there would be more footprints, especially children falling, and children like drag their feet? They don't walk like little soldiers. Don't you think that there would be more footprints out there? So there is, though, ATV trails out there. You guys can see them from here. You can see that the ATVs have been out there. Look. All the time. All the time. The ATV trails. See? Right here. All the time out there. So what if someone planted these boot prints too? Drove out here, leaned over, did like a few stamps, right? With the kids' boots. Yeah. And then took off. Look, you could see the ATV trail going out this way, even like that. Some people think they walked out here. I don't. There's no friggin' way. That's a lot for 2 children. And only to have footprints in one spot, yeah, it might have been their boot prints. But they should have got a casting of the ATV's tires too, in my opinion. Janie has been protecting Daniel, in my opinion. She did not see Daniel put any blanket in the garbage. The driveway stuff is bizarre. Yeah, that is weird, Drippy. I agree. Especially with, what about when Daniel said, this was Logan even said this, that Daniel had Justin film him taking the blanket out of the trash. That's crazy to me, right? And Janie said, she told Daniel, don't fill the trash too full. It's just crazy. So many different stories. Maybe it was a little girl who was on the 4-wheeler. Well, they found 2 different boot sizes. I'm pretty sure they said. Yeah, guys. And I want to bring you back to something. Why would Janie text Malaya for? Why would Janie text Malaya? If the children were outside, what would she tell Malaya? That Jack and Lilly need to have their boots or jacket on. Or you remember that? Malaya said Janie would text her or call her to say Jack and Lilly don't have their boots or jacket on. So why would they, you know what I mean? Why just put them on that day? And why go out in the cold, wet weather? It just doesn't make sense. The footprints are concerned. The children had to be there at some point. The children didn't have to be there, but their boots did. If that's their actual boots, their boots could have been there at some point. Absolutely. Now, there was no actual scent for the children, right? There was no scent for them. And I believe they used the blanket piece they found in the tree to track, but they didn't get anything. You back, Salty? If it is actual, hi Squid, good to see you. If it is actual Jack and Lily's boots, they could have been just their boots and used to make like stamps in the ground, like they were there, right? Like look over here, don't look over there type thing, right? No, I agree with that, Meep. Just from her talking, I agree with that. Janie ignoring a call from M. And that's another weird thing. Okay, let's talk about that for a minute. Let's talk about that. I'm just going to get rid of the maps for a minute because I got another live to get to too. I didn't realize I scheduled 3. Sorry guys, I was out for 2 days because I had some vehicle problems. Always have issues with the vehicle. Yeah, wasn't it Brian Ward's child out there? That was on Saturday, right? Let me turn my phone ringer off because it keeps going crazy. Brian Ward's wife, which is the bus driver, and his daughter's son was Saturday, right? Their weights, Lilly maybe weighed like 60 pounds and Jack maybe 40, 45, I'm guessing. I know they did a cast of the boot, like to see the etching and stuff on the boots, and they were able to go to Walmart to get an exact, like the exact boot, right? She was able to find the exact boot, and using Malaya's slips from her bank receipts, I was able to see that Malaya had bought Lilly a size 11 boot with the rainbows and stuff on them, when Malaya said that she thinks she bought a size 12 or 13. Like, how the hell do you not know what size shoe your child wears? I don't understand that. That's crazy to me. They got fed at school, could have tried to get to school. Well, that's the thing. If there was actual more footprints or boot prints, guys, going, yeah, footprints can actually last a long time. I've walked in mud and seen my footprints there a month later. Could have been other kids. Absolutely. I agree with that 1000%. I'm not going to say ironclad, though. I hate that word. I freaking agree with you, Drippy. And also, when there's like ice and snow on the ground, you could be walking and it can also leave an impression of your foot or boot print for later on, right? Like after the snow's gone and stuff. It lasts for a long time. Absolutely. So why was there no other boot prints or anything for them? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. If they walk that way. Or noise or anything. There's so many down trees and stuff. Imagine Jack and Lilly trying to get under those trees that have fallen from the hurricane from previously or over. There's just no way. Like, it would be too difficult for them. It'd be way too difficult. Yeah, I think that's sus how she lied about the boot prints. My kids adults, I can tell you all 3. Yep, absolutely, Carol. Same. They didn't really search the school direction, did they? I'm not too sure. I know where the blanket and the new stuff. Oh, Shan, I didn't know you were still here. Thank you, Shan. I didn't even know she was still here. She was so quiet. I know the blanket and stuff that they just found was over there in that area. And Belinda went and checked out the stuff that Salty spotted, and that was on the way to the school. You remember what size your children wears. Yeah, it's crazy. And your children, their feet grow so fast. You're always buying shoes for them. So you know what I mean? Now, there was something I read along the way from Kiki, which is Wade's daughter. He said that Meadow, or she said that Meadow was wearing, like, her diapers were too small or something. Meep, I think it is Alvin. I don't believe that the kids walked off. I honestly don't believe it. Even in the road, you guys, the gravel in the road and stuff, they would have been able to see if the kids walked on the side of the road. And remember at first, Daniel and Malaya both told RCMP, it's on dispatch, that Jack and Lilly wouldn't cross the road. But they sure looked over there. The RCMP sure looked over there pretty well, didn't they? And then they came back a few weeks later and looked even further over in that area. So, I don't know. It kind of tells me a story. Yeah, that's another thing too. Janie brought her phone on this. She brought her phone like on the second day, I believe, or later in that day or something. But at first, nobody brought their phone when they went to go search for Jack and Lilly. Nobody. Why? But yet, Janie had service out there later on the ATV because Malaya called. She said, I missed a call from Malaya because I was on the ATV with Justin talking to a neighbor and their child, which would have been Brian Ward, the neighbor, the bus driver, and the child, right? I'm pretty positive. And 2 hours later, Malaya called her back, and Janie's freaking out, saying, oh my gosh, didn't find the kid? She says she rushed home, and oh my gosh. So it just doesn't make sense. So there is cell phone service out there. There is bus driver's wife. There you go. The bus driver that lives where the blue blanket and stuff was just found. That's weird to me. Sorry, guys. It's weird. We have different sizes over here, American, Asian. My kids gets what fits, right? I understand that certain shoes fit like different sizes. Like if I get boots, I always get them bigger. Like the plastic, the muck boots, right? I always buy them like a larger size. I agree when she said that she found it suspicious. It also seemed like they were trying to establish an alternate theory way too early. Absolutely. I have not heard of the outcome. I don't think there will be any outcome on Meadows' case until Jack and Lilly are found. They had Starlink, so that never made sense to me. Absolutely. Same here, Miss Al. I agree with that. Call Earl? I'm not sure. I don't know how close they are. Like, if they're still, you know what I mean? But what I just find it very odd that new stuff and there's a blue blanket involved when a blue blanket was mentioned in the beginning, but there was no blue blanket. You know what I mean? And didn't even call her father. I agree. That is so weird when he is a searcher. Why not? Like, why didn't he call or she call him? That's weird. Some people say, oh, because like maybe the mom and dad don't get along. Oh, freaking well. I don't care who doesn't get along. Like, they have only 18 months to make a decision in court about Meadow. Oh, really? Wow. 18 months. Wow. Like, what kind of decision? Hold on one second, guys. Ugh, so aggravating, that noise. What kind of decision? Like, if she goes to a permanent home, or it could be that other people buy their shoes, like Cindy Charity donation gives stuff from the school she doesn't know. Yeah, but she got the shoes from Walmart, and it made it seem like she bought those boots on Wednesday because remember Wednesday they were supposedly went to Walmart. Oh, wow, they have 18 months to get their shit together. Wow. That makes me wonder, like, does Daniel have a job yet? Does Malaya have a job? I know who's been spying on Malaya. That's Durwood. Durwood's the one who's spying on Malaya. That's where all this information came out about her being in the home, the for rugs and stuff. She will be placed up for adoption. She doesn't get adopted into the family. Cindy is trying to adopt her now. Aw. These poor children. Yeah, Durwood is creepy. He is absolutely the one stalking Malaya. I know that for a fact. So, sorry. I just let the cat out of the bag. I don't care. That's ridiculous to be stalking people. Yeah, I don't know. Even being not close, like I'm not close with my father. I don't talk to him at all. But if he could benefit to finding where my children are, then I'm calling his ass. Sorry. You know what I mean? Like, who cares about me? I don't care about me. Where are my kids, right? It's the children that always suffer. Absolutely. My kids went missing. I wouldn't call my father. That's just me. That you wouldn't call? See, I call everybody. Anybody that can benefit the situation, I would call. Absolutely. I remember someone commenting earlier on this case that they said Janie didn't live in the RV. Okay, so Mary, you remember this weird guy that had called in? He said he was friends with Daniel and Justin and them, but I think he was all screwed up or something. Douchewood belongs in jail for all. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Oh yeah, I've heard about that one, Miss L. That's a weird one too, right? Absolutely a weird case. I thought I heard back that there is a McKinsey. Yes, there's a McKinsey that was actually working on this case, but it's hard to say if there's any relation. It's probably not. There's a lot of people with the name McKinsey out there. I've ran across a lot of people, same spelling, everything, and there's no relation, well, close relation to Janie and them. Maybe down the road there is, but not, you know what I mean? I'm just saying Malaya didn't phone her dad. So, yeah. He didn't hear until Sunday. He didn't hear about children missing until Sunday. But regardless, he knows now and hasn't searched. Yeah, well, from what we know, he might have one out there, but I don't know. Yeah. It's just very odd, right? No one deserves to be stalked. No, absolutely. No one deserves to be stalked. I know for a fact he's been taking pictures. I've seen one of those pictures, actually. I've seen the pictures where he stalked her new apartment. Yep. I don't have that picture anymore. It was just a quick, and that's it. I don't need it. It doesn't need to be put out there. Very similar. Jack and Lilly. Dylan's father believes the same thing happened. That's weird with Dylan. It's just so weird. Like 1 minute, grandma turns around and he's gone. That's so weird. The only people Malaya needs to tell is anything to the police. Yeah. Okay. Robin says, has the bus driver been looked at? He knew they couldn't get on the bus that morning. Could he have come back that way? You know, I thought about him, Robin, in the beginning. And, you know, it seems like it would have been all around that time that, because I believe that they were missing earlier. I believe they were missing on Thursday. But then you have the dispatch saying they've been missing since 8. And then you have the weird call to Malaya's mom, right? And I think that call was just them setting up the timeline, just my speculation. I think it was just them trying to set up the timeline where she was going to call her mom and be like, let me call my mom and be like, the kids are missing now. And Daniel probably said, no, don't do it yet. Don't do it yet. Right? Type thing. We'll call later. Give us more time. Just my speculation. I could be wrong, but I think that was just yes, McKinsey is a very common name there. Absolutely. But the bus driver, I know one of his family members allegedly is not a very good person, but I thought maybe because that's where the scent went to was the end of the driveway, but there's no other boot prints. There's no boot prints or anything from them walking the driveway or anything. There was one, but it was facing their little forts. It's just so weird. She needs to be dragged out of hiding and call it one. Yeah. They all need to be put in jail, in my opinion. Darwood has just gone over the top. Suspect in my professional experience and background. Alarm bells have just went off. Feeling sick hearing that. Yeah. I'm sorry, women's wear. It does. It makes you sick. That's why she ran probably in the beginning. I believe she has been dragged around enough in her young life. I can see it being sus if they were close, but under circumstances, I don't find anything particular suspicious about it. About the dad? Yeah, of course. I know for a fact he has. I've seen the picture. Durwood yelled at me and told me I was twisting his words. He's freaking twisting his words. I don't know. I don't know, Mary. I really don't. I don't know why. And that's one thing. The only thing I can think of is maybe he's protecting maybe his son or himself from something. Maybe he feels too guilty because of what, I don't know. Maybe he feels too guilty because Patty asked him to do something and he didn't go do it. I don't know what's going on in his mind, but it's not good to stalk somebody. Don't do that. That's ridiculous. Yeah, it pisses me off. Yep, all these little lies lead to one big fat lie. I believe they went missing Thursday night too. Just need to, and I think all these lies are to confuse, in my opinion. So I spoke to Jordan. He defends his dad's category, not his narrative. He may come off as suspicious, but maybe trouble. I think all these players, they have a part to play in this for some reason. Why? Just think about it. Why are all these different people coming out, right? And if you don't go along with their narrative of what happened to Jack and Lilly, then they get so mad and call you names and call you stupid or idiot that you're not believing their nonsense. When the RCMP have basically said, this is ridiculous, it's not true. Who are we supposed to believe? Some distant cousin who is stalking her, Malaya? And I don't get it. Like, who are we supposed to believe? The police, who have a lot of training, who actually sent human remains dogs in after all this time. They couldn't get them, but they sent them in. And where did they go? The first place they went to with the dogs. Where did they go? The house where Jack and Lilly lived. So it tells me a story. Mm-hmm. There was a footprint in the driveway, and that was forensically tested and matches the exact footprints found. So I was told, it's just crazy. So the two footprints over by the pipeline are the ones they did a cast of. Unless, I don't know. And then Janie says the only one relevant to the case was the one in the driveway. But where's the other footprint? You would think the one in the driveway absolutely would be theirs, but it wasn't facing the road. It was facing their. Yeah, it's just absolutely nuts. Too mean, Durwood. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. All I know is there's a bunch of adults lying about two children. Yeah, kids could have been told they were going somewhere and then something happened to them. But there's just no, you know what I mean? There's, yeah, to the pipeline. There's just a lot too many adults in this that need to come clean, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Jordan considered Daniel a good friend. He hadn't. Yeah, we're all speculating on what could have happened. I'm not saying, but except for the Durwood part, I know for a fact that he is stalking her. I know he is. I've seen a picture of it. Was told by someone close. Mm-hmm. All right, guys, I got to get off here. My stomach is growling. Oh, yeah, I agree with American justice. Absolutely. I don't believe they were trafficked. I mean, they could have absolutely been, but there's no evidence of that. The police know way more, guys, than we. Yes, absolutely. And rugs run rampant. Absolutely, Miss Al. But the police know so much more than we know, guys. They have only released what they want us to see on certain parts, right? And imagine if we knew everything the police have. And that's why I think, like, if this was just a missing persons case, why are they hiding so much, right? They have to be looking. I think something bad happened too. Really bad. Yes, Arcadian Girl. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so too. All right. I love you guys. I hope I have enough energy to do the other live. I don't know. I got to go eat something though. My stomach is like burning from like acid reflux. Mm-hmm. Multiple kids have gone missing in the last few months. Women followed around. Yeah. No, I know. I know it's an issue. Does the RCMP know he's stalking her? Oh, I'm absolutely sure they do. Absolutely sure. Yeah, we talk to the RCMP all the time. Thank you, Jen. Thank you. Yeah, the LA knows. All right, guys. I love you guys. I'm going to do an live here in a minute. Is she doing a live too? All right, guys. Have a great night. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you all in a little bit. I don't know if M's a victim. I think a victim of something, absolutely. But I think she had a part to play. They all had a part to play, in my opinion. All right. Good night, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. Talk to you soon. Thank you. Love you guys. Yes, they will crack eventually. Absolutely. Thank you. Do I have time for bath? Yes, take your bath, Robin. Thank you. You're awesome. Thanks, Darlene. Love you guys. Good night. Thanks so much.